Hey guys, and welcome back to yet another summoning session. And I actually was not planning on pulling anyone because I was hoping for some other characters first, but when I heard about Cerydra, I realized she's first of all a harmony character, and I do like having those. So far Trippy is the only exception, is the only character I don't have from harmonies. From what I see, Cerydra is going to be good for Phainon and potentially for some other hyper carries, so I thought, why not? Unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know anything about her. I only heard that she is a good support, but I will be learning her today. Obviously what got me is the looks. I really liked her the moment I saw her. She reminded me of Phainon from Genshin, and to be honest, I would just like to jump right into it because I don't see why we would stall. I also hope you don't hear my fan too much because I mean it's right there, but I can't without it. I'm sorry. So as always, 4 stars I don't really care about because I already have pretty much everybody C6, and not like I'm using 4 stars, if I'm honest. That's just star L for you. So let's just try and get her. Okay, I'm only 10 in. I don't really know why I pulled for or why I did another attempt pull. Perhaps it was someone I just wanted to do like a cheeky pull and be like, oh, what if I get in early? But I didn't, so here we are. I am just ready to pull. Let's see if I can win. We are guaranteed no matter what though, so I don't think that goes without saying. That's obvious, and we don't have to look through the temple because, yeah, like I said, most of these are gonna be C6. Nothing super interesting. Let's just find out if we're gonna get in early or if we're gonna lose or something. Okay, I'm getting Lycones too, I guess. I feel like most of the 4 stars are also S5 for me, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so QQ is also C6. I was wondering, or I mean E6, by the way, I'm sorry. Yeah, most of them are. Nana Dunhang. I'm getting like 1 4-star per temple. I don't like it. Okay, so that should be 60 now. And that would be like the last pull I really consider early. Here goes 70. And it's still nothing, which is fine. Not really gonna complain. Okay, that's my first double 4-star. Hello. I'm getting a lot of cash back though. And that should be 80. And I'm thinking I'll just do a temple. I usually single pull, but I'm a bit lazy editing that. So especially considering that lately I'm actually getting a lot of 5 stars pretty late anyway. And I'm also feeling a loss. I lose a lot of them too, so that's always nerve-wracking because I don't know who I'm gonna get, but hopefully I'm just gonna get her, and you know, it's just gonna be one of those videos when I just go in and out, and that's it. So that should be 71. 72, 3, 4, I'm scared, 5, 6, sample what the fucks, 7, and yeah. I knew that. I knew that was gonna happen, so that was 77. Okay, anyways, I will have a counter, but that's just, I'm not even at this point. I feel like my rate up is 75 to 25 here. I am not even exaggerating. Like, I barely win anything, not to mention the Lycones are just the bane of my existence lately as well. So I feel like I'm 75 to 25 everywhere, except it's in the favor of the standards. So yeah, we're only 2 in, so here we go. Thankfully she's guaranteed, but yeah, totally expected that. Double 4 stars. This Lycone I might not have at S5 because as far as I remember, it is new. 22, nothing. Another double 4-star. I actually think I don't have that one at S5 as well, even though it's literally 1.0 Lycone. I just never really got it. 30. I mean, I had exactly 90 left, so we should be fine. It's not gonna be early either. It's how it's been for the past, I think, a couple of my summons anyway, so we just gotta accept that. Double 4-star again. Okay. Yeah, no earlies. 70. Yep, no earlies. Okay, but this time I am gonna single pull because fuck that. Even though I am lazy to edit, but at the same time, like, I'm just sucked dry again. So it's just gonna be for the best, especially considering I was already 72, right? So that should be 73. Doesn't really make much sense to do a temple. Soft beady territory. Please come home already. Don't make me wait too long. 6, I think. Yeah, she's like, you don't really know if you want me, or you don't really know what the fuck I do, so yeah, there she is. That is guaranteed. It is honestly extremely mediocre pulls because I lost and I went like past soft pity twice. I'm pretty sure it was like 77 for Clara and 76 for her. So there it is, but at least she's home. I just need a moment to learn her. She is incredibly short. Hello, I did not know that. She has like a little flame coming out of her crown. And yes, I didn't even do the story, so I have barely seen her her. She was in that one event about restaurant business, but I skipped all of that. I typically really don't like Star Rail events. I actually also don't know what light cone she needs, but I think she is scaling off attacks, so let's just level her up first, I guess. She clearly gives off this chess pieces, kind of probably queen vibes. I like that she has black and white color palette, besides for the blue one, you know, which is again pretty random. I kind of don't really understand anymore what they're going for with color palettes, because she's wind. She has a very interesting color palette. I like it. I'm just wondering why they choose something like this when they could go with teal. Okay, it's time for me to learn, well, after I level her up fully anyway. So from the looks of it, I don't think she's replacing Sunday. Let me see, because I'm pretty sure she also gives you an action advancement forward or something like that, but she also boosts attack, which is pretty cool. I think we don't really have a lot of characters who do that, though I would say that damage increase is way more versatile. I don't know if it's good or bad, but you know, for characters like Phainon, it's definitely good. So I wonder if her skill dispels all of the crowd control debuffs or just some of them, because it doesn't specify it. Okay, 72% crit damage increase. First of all, is a static number, so you don't need to stack crit damage on her, which is already good. That is also a number that does not depend on anything. From how she looks like right now, she literally only needs a lot of attack and, well, probably speed. So there are, first of all, these stacks that are called charges that she needs 6 of before she upgrades military merit to peerage. So in addition of having this, the character will also get this much crit damage and this much res pen, but it also says obviously that every time she uses her skill she only gets 1 charge. So upgrade it from military merit to peerage, you need to use her skill 6 times pretty much. It depends on how she starts. The technique probably gives her some, you need to switch to your DPS to enter the battle, which is typically how you do anyway. Her technique should be used, I guess, right before using your DPS to enter the battle. I don't know if it stays with the next active character, and even if you switch them again it doesn't change anymore. If she applies military merit, then she gets 1 point automatically, so she still needs to use her skill 5 more times to upgrade it to peerage, unless there's anything else here. If the character with military merit uses their ultimate, Cerydra also gets 1 more charge, and this only gets triggered once per battle, which is interesting. I don't know if her crit rate is always at 100% or not. So she needs like 4,000 attack. Am I counting this correctly? Well, that's insane. She probably needs a 2+2 if I had to guess, but she also has a lot of attack traces here as well. She also does damage herself. I like that they're going for hybrids now as well. Well, if she has her crit rate at 100% at all times and she got an insane amount of attack, then I see why her ultimate is important as well, besides for giving the characters that you're using military merit on 2 charges. Given this, maybe she still needs an ER rope, honestly, but we'll see about that, because I'm not sure how easy it is for her to get that much attack. We'll definitely figure it out today, and we'll try her out with multiple teams, that's for sure. I hate it when they gatekeep some good traces behind HP traces. Please don't do that. I also noticed an interesting thing. She does not have speed traces at all. What does she start with? 99. That is kind of low for a Harmony character, if I'm not mistaken. I guess maybe not really. I guess it really depends. Okay, so I'm gonna go figure out her relics and her Lyco, and then I'm gonna come back with a little review of what I just did. Be right back. Okay, so this is what we're currently working with. I was right that she needs 4,000 attack to fully benefit from her kit. However, as you can see, I only have 3,300. Sadly, I could not get her more because she also uses the same set as Sunday. I just did not really have that many pieces like that. I don't know. I mean, I feel like this one is pretty good, though. I also think she does not need crit rate at all. I'd much rather she has more attack. Well, I mean, there we go. But I only have an energy recharge rope. I would love to reroll that and not have 4 fucking rolls into effect hit rate, obviously, but I don't have a lot of these. I guess I could always go with another planner ornament set, but I'm not sure. I guess she could also wear Broken Keel, just like many other supports as well, because I'm pretty sure it stacks infinitely. Another thing that Lushaga has is that it provides some energy recharge, so I thought that was good. She could get that one. I guess that would be good if it rolls crit damage, but that's the only thing she needs. Of course, it rolls crit rate naturally. I swear to God, the game knows what character I'm equipping it on, so don't equip your relics on anyone. Just keep them off. It still does not help, probably, but in any case, it doesn't change much. Yeah, by the way, that orb is hideous, and I will trash it probably because it's just terrible. So I think I'll stick to this set, even though this rope is better. You know, this one at least has some attack, so that's the maximum attack I can give her. I think, though, since I have this Lycone on her, she can have 48 what? Am I counting this correctly? 48% additional attack, but she needs to use her skill 3 times for that. So I'm not sure if it's really that good. Whenever I see something like this, I'm always like, so you mean to tell me that I need 3 rotations with this character to fully utilize a light cone? I don't really like these, but it's whatever. I'm pretty sure this one is from the event, so I guess it's natural it was for her. I mean, I have a bunch of options, but I'm not sure if it's a good idea to give her any other ones, because this one actually gives you 32% attack. I mean, I know this one is good for her as well because they work very similarly with Sunday, but I don't know. I guess this one is good too, but I didn't see it mentioned on the site that I was looking at. I wonder if this passive actually works when Phainon is alone on the battlefield. It should, I would think, unless, you know, the teammate that are not on the field right now are considered like paused, but I would think they are. Well, that's just only for 1 turn though, so I guess it's not that great. This one is not necessarily that great. I was thinking this one. I just don't like the randomization on this. I think this one is just generally good for remaining characters. This one is good if you're using the wind DPS. This one is also 32% attack, but this one will give me more in the long run. So yeah, that's honestly the only one I can use, unless I do a 2+2 instead. Honestly though, I do have a lot of attack in substats. I'm assuming she does damage. I don't think that's why you want to have her on your team. She's going to do some additional damage regardless, because her crit rate is, I'm assuming, is actually at 100, since even the game is not recommending me to have crit rate in the substats or main stats. I mean, obviously because she needs a lot of attack. I think 32% is giving her a decent, like 400 something, maybe even almost 500 flat attack. I mean, on top of this, that means that additional 48 is easily gonna compensate for that. But that's the problem. If that's like 500, then that means on the second time she uses her skill, only then will she be on 4,000 attack. But I also feel like if you have Huohuo, that helps too. She boosts her attack as well. But then again, I don't have her Lycone. I think that's ultimately what it is. I think it covers all of these weak points probably. It's a very pretty Lycone, by the way. Oh yeah, 64% easily. That's gonna be 1,000 attack, I think, with my build anyway. If I didn't lose, I might have attempted it, but since I lost and I went like nearly hard PD every time, then yeah, no. Anyways, I did read that apparently this team right here works, but you can replace Sparkle with Cerydra. I honestly feel like this whole thing would work, but I could also replace Huohuo with Cerydra instead. And then I will only pretty much just have Harmonies and Phainon, which I think is also pretty cool. Obviously, we're still gonna do her trial. I mean, I don't know how obvious it is, but I typically always do that after I summon and level the character. Let's see what this trial will actually explain to us about her, which I'm pretty sure it's already pretty clear. Oh, yeah, I did forget to mention something. I reread her talents and it said that the crit damage and respan boost, it's actually only applied to skill damage. That is very, very specific right now for Phainon, honestly, and maybe Jingliu. Other than that, I don't think a whole lot of characters only use like skill damage, you know what I mean? Maybe Herta, but Herta also does ultimate damage as well. I think that's kind of holding her back a little bit. It doesn't even mention it here, but it also says copy ally character's skill and use it 1 additional time. I'm just curious to see how that works, because as you can see right here, we're already having a very similar team to mine. So I really want to see her technique. First moon test. Okay, let me test something. Yes, it stays. So whoever enters the battle ends up having the little thingy. You can see it keeps switching between my characters. I really was hoping that's how it works. I think it lasts for a while, but we're about to find out anyway. This is just, you know, short for what we just read anyway, so I'm assuming we're about to witness it anyway. Okay, so this Cerydra actually does have over 4,000, way more. It's almost 5,000 attack and actually quite some speed. But I think she gives herself like 20 speed or something anyway from one of her bonus abilities. It's here, VC. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I feel like this is Latin probably. She has Lushaka. Yes, she has her Lycone as well. So yeah, she easily gets that much attack anyway. She almost has her ultimate too. Let's just see how she works, I guess. Look at how short she is, especially next to them. Ah, so that's what she did. She used this skill in the beginning. That's an interesting voice. I did not expect it. She reminds me of Shinshue. Okay, I get it. Checkmate. Kafka says that. I still don't know what it means when it says that it copies LA character's skill one time. She's almost on 6 charge. Look at that, she just got all 6, and that was actually exactly how many buffs Phainon needed before he entered his ultimate state, Kaslan. Okay, so this is by how much she increases the attack right now. 63%, what? Why is it only 63% crit damage? Wasn't it 72? Is it because her talents are not like crowned here? Yeah, they're level 8, okay. You can clearly see her buff. It's like this queen, I guess, piece floating around him. So let's just say, I mean, it's not gonna give me a clear idea how much she boosts the damage because I need to compare it with my own team. Did he just used his skill twice? Well, that was super easy then. So he immediately uses his skill again. Okay, well, the only issue that I have right now, as I said, is that her upgraded buff only works for skills, not for, you know, follow-up attacks or anything. It would be okay if it didn't work on ultimates because I see why. She's mainly meant for Phainon, and I feel like Stariel is leaning towards, you know, designated support for certain DPSs, more or less. They are not really releasing a lot of universal characters besides for maybe someone like Tribi or Ruinmaid. I do want to go and test her somewhere. I just don't really know where. Honestly, we just got Pure Fiction updated. I bet you she could be used here. I mean, if I used Phainon here, that means I could use her. You know what? Let's just go with the suggested team. This time around, Pure Fiction is made for skill damage. So actually Phainon is really good here. He's gonna have a lot of damage, you know, even without her. But we at least want to see the difference. Okay, we're about to use up all of our buffs. Okay, so we now, I'm pretty sure, have all of the possible buffs that he can have from this team, unless I'm messing something up because I'm forgetting how Sparkle's skill works and for how long it actually lasts. It only lasts for 1 turn. I could have probably used her skill again, but then again, I feel like until she has her turn, it still stays. Maybe it counts her own turns, and that's how Phainon actually benefits from all of the buffs. Whatever, let me know in the comments because I'm not smart enough for this. Now, let's just see it here. Crit rate is a little bit over 100%. His crit damage is 374.4%, and his attack is, let's just say, 5.5k. I mean, maybe we'll live to see the day when they actually tell you the exact fucking numbers. His speed is 130, I think. Maybe it's capped there in this phase. Let's do some damage here. So first hit 700,000. That's not terrible, honestly, but you know, there are a lot of targets, so the follow-up attack does nearly 400,000, so that's not even that much. For his follow-up attack, that's normal, because I don't think he's supposed to be doing that much damage with his follow-up attack. So his skill probably will stay consistent, yeah, around 700,000, though obviously he also gets the grit, and while in grit he's gonna do more damage. I guess we should also remember that, because I think when I was testing him, when I just got him, I got it all confused. I kind of figured it out by the end there that I'm just comparing the numbers in and out of grid, but yeah, still. That was almost 700,000 with his follow-up attacks, so I really want to see the skill, but these guys don't have that much HP, and I still don't know this game enough, apparently, to understand if I'm seeing the full damage or not. But maybe I am. Oh yeah, 1.3 million, okay. I think we've just seen everything, but I kind of still want to, you know, finish the battle to see, just in case. 1.4 mil, so yeah, his damage for some reason increases. Again, not smart enough to understand why, but I would say that his follow-up attack is 50% damage of his skill. The gap should be definitely bigger with Cerydra since she mostly boosts the skill damage. I'm also very curious about the second rotation because I'm probably not getting Sparkle's ultimate. Yeah, see, I'm not getting Sparkle's ultimate this time, but I don't really know for how long it lasts. I think it's not lasting anymore. Yeah, I think it disappeared. At least I don't see it in the list. Let me know if I just missed it, but I think it's already gone. So maybe it does count the DPS's turns, but in any case, which I mean, I guess is going to be more showcasing. In the end of the day, the score will probably speak for itself, though obviously there's some randomization that takes place, but I think with Phainon's rotations, it's actually down to a minimum, I would say. What was that damage? That was pretty low. I think I'm entering the last boss earlier this time, despite me having Tingyun on the other team. I'm thinking that that should do more damage, or... That's weird. Well, now he's also gonna start consuming the performance points, so that will be even more confusing. But no, I think the damage is similar. Never fucking mind. Did he already consume them? He got 1 performance point, so increases damage dealt by 50%. I don't know though how that counts. I feel like he should have killed them and then that should have been applied, but that was an insane amount of damage. He did 1.4 before, now he did 3 million, man. I don't think that's typical for him. And his previous follow-up attack did like 400,000 anyway, I'm pretty sure. And we're not gonna finish the boss here either, unfortunately. So yeah, this is worse than Tingyun. His follow-up did 1 million just now though. He didn't even kill all of the minions. That sucks. Will he kill now? No, he got like 600 points from that. He only killed like 1 person. Yeah. Well, we only have 27,000, which, like I said, I'm pretty sure I had 34 before. 27.5 thousand. So with Tingyun, he got this much. I mean, if the team with Cerydra here is gonna do more damage, then probably replacing Huohuo with Tingyun would do even more damage. Let's just see if I can do things right. She does need to use her skill 2 times before he can enter his ultimate in that other team anyway, so maybe that will be enough to actually give her 4,000 attack right before he enters his ultimate, which is fair, which is fine by me then. Okay, let's enter the battle and just see, I guess. First of all, there are stats at the beginning of it. Let's see her damage, actually. Here. It's not a lot, but she did crit, right? So her stats in the beginning, as they were outside of it, I guess she has like 20... Well, she has 37,000 right now. I assume because, oh my god, her technique counts as a skill. So she already has that 18 or, yeah, 16%. This one she already has just from entering the battle. That is good. That is actually great. So she only needs to use her skill 1 more time, which by the way, she looks hot as fuck here. Look at the speed. So she is at like 161 right now. That's pretty good, I would say. That's pretty good. I don't think I have a lot of effect resistance on her though, which is bad. I typically prefer a bit more for, you know, the supports, but I'll take it. Let's just see. First of all, if he can get 6 stacks before he enters his ultimate, which I think he should get. Okay, so no, she does not advance the action forward. I don't know why I thought she did. We got Huohuo's buff though, but not Cerydra's. Now we did. It is less attack right now. How can it be less attack? I even used Huohuo's ultimate and Cerydra should be giving me attack. I don't know, I'm confused. There's definitely 20% more crit damage right now than what he did have with Sparkle. I think it was 372, I mean, or something like that. And no, his speed apparently is not fixed because right now he has 150 and he had 130 last time. I'm so confused. I don't know how to play this game, but his attack is low. I could have sworn, is his attack lower? Am I blind? I am blind. For some reason, I thought this said 3, not 5. Oh my god. It's 6.5 thousand. Was it 3.5 or 5? Whatever I said, he has 6.5 thousand attack right now. That's insane. Though we do need to count the fact that in this rotation we were able to use Huohuo's burst. See, that's things that I hate. I can't really fully compare the two teams because something like this happens. Maybe I should have tried and executed absolutely everything, but then I'm afraid I'm losing some buffs. Which, by the way, now her attack is definitely over 4,000. We are having all of the boosts. Look at the... Wait. What was it? That was like the little rhombus thingies there. Is she gonna copy the skill now? Yeah, I didn't even look at the damage, by the way. 900,000. Before entering the grid, that is 200,000 more than what he did before, pretty sure. Let's see the follow-up attack, which it was 700,000 on the average during the grid. It's still the same. See, that's what I meant. So the follow-up attack will kind of relatively stay the same because I think the amount of attack she provides him compensates for the whole Sparkle boost, apparently. That is insane to me. 1.4 mil though is the same damage. Oh wait, I see it. Her stacks are not at 6 anymore, so they don't just stay static. Okay, I see it now. He still collects them, you know, so that's why the damage dropped. But it's interesting though, like I said, without upgrading it to peerage, he stays on the damage that he already had with Sparkle. Pretty much, it was 660 or something. It's a bit lower than with Sparkle, at least with my Sparkle and how I built her. Yeah, 1.6. I mean, maybe by now he did more damage, but I think he did 1.4. And she doesn't have a 5-star light cone, which my Sparkle uses Bronia's. I mean, my Sparkle is far from perfect though, but still. That was a very low damage, 200,000 for his follow-up attack, but I did not watch over his damage entirely last time. That is low damage, kind of. But we just got her boost, though he's about to exit his ultimate, unfortunately. I also did not look at that damage, that's my bad, but you'll see it. And her burst, okay, caps her at 8 here. Maybe it depends on resistances of the enemies. I'm assuming they're using something. They're like applying some shields or something like that. But at least when it comes to the first waves, you can see and you can compare more or less clearly, you know. He's capped at 8 right now. Okay. Oh, and she copied the skill there. I kind of want more stacks now before I enter the ultimate. Is that bad? Because, I mean, I have the whole rotation of my team, but every time you do it, you do lose points, I guess. Well, I mean, you lose turns, technically. So I guess I could just really enter it. I'm gonna have them anyway. So wait, this is permanent? Once she used her skill 3 times, it's just gonna give her an additional 48%? Until the end of the battle? If that's so, that ᴄᴇᴄᴘᴛ is very good for her. You don't even need to worry about it. That was 2 million just now. It was in the grid, but you know, not capping on the charges. I'm not understanding it, but I am performing better already. First of all, I'm earlier here. Second of all, I already have 24,000. I think I got 27 last time. I still have a whole turn to go, even a bit more than that. 1.3 with his follow-up, that's a lot. 3.2 with the skill, that's insane. I forgot what I need to do to copy the skill. Should I cap on the charges first? Is that how it worked? Let's see, because now it's 6. Okay, I got the cheater. It never gets old. It feels so weird right now, like how I'm nearly never worried about his health at all. 1.4 with the follow-up. That's not 2 million, but I mean, let's see this. 2.9. That's still very good. Oh, there it is. Yeah, he needs to cap on it. Oh god, that is so nice. Oh wow, wait, that hurt just now. What the fuck? Okay, he is already performing better. I mean, I guess it is to be expected. I guess Sparkle was not necessarily for him anyway. We're gonna do one more skill still before he does his final damage. And one more follow-up attack, of course. 700,000 is not good, but it's not terrible. I think it's like his normal damage with like Sunday's buff and everything. Wait, we still have a chance to earn even more points, I mean? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, totally. Okay. 32,000. That is still less than what I did with a stainless team. Okay, I did say I don't want to really compare more, but I just want to do this a stainless team run, okay? And my question is, should I keep Sparkle or should I keep Tingyun? Because I feel like Tingyun is good at what she does. She gives you attack, she gives you energy regen. I mean, she gives you a damage boost, I think. So I'm honestly thinking Tingyun over Sparkle here. I mean, that would be fair because I'm replacing Sparkle everywhere. If we are comparing the teams, then it should be this anyway. But yeah, people will start dying, that's for sure. We'll see how it goes. I had to redo the whole thing because I messed up at the end there and I used his skill 2 times in a row when he wasn't maxed on the stacks and that was unfair. So I just restarted it and now I gotta do it all again. It was right at the last boss too. So I'm gonna do it all again. It's so fun. It's not like I just did it all. He's about to get the 6 charges now. So the damage is 1 million. He's gonna do the other one, the copy. The reason why his damage may be different is because Tingyun obviously has a randomized ᴄᴇᴄᴘ passive, because when I did it the first time he had over 400 crit damage, but I think this time he got a damage increase one. No, he got the energy regeneration. We don't need that, but okay, it's what's bound to happen at some point anyway, because yeah, that's the only thing he doesn't need from her. But you know, the other teammates need that, so I guess that's fine. Okay, he's out of charges now. That's normal. I'm pretty sure he's just gonna go the exact same way. He's gonna cap on them by the time he exits his ultimate, which is unfortunate, but can't really do anything about it. I wish they just stayed permanently when he is in this state, sort of as if the time freezes, just like other characters' buffs like Tingyun's, but maybe that would be too OP, I'm not sure. Also, these guys, for some reason, sometimes take way less damage than they should, and I didn't find anything in their talents that actually decreases damage taken. So I'm confused, but well, just now was 700,000, which is his normal follow-up attack damage during grid, and this should be around 1.5 million. 1.8, that's great. Okay, see, only 200,000. That's pretty low, even for outside of the grid. I think he did like 400,000 before, so I'm not sure what determines that. So see, he's maxed out right before entering the ultimate, exiting it, sorry. That was very little damage, no? I'm telling you, these guys like don't take that much damage for some reason. Okay, I would like to use Tingyun's ultimate this time. I'm not sure if I can do that. Yeah, she does not do that much damage, but she looks cool while at it. Tingyun almost has it. Almost. Oh well, that sucks. Okay, never mind then. I'll just use his ult. It's sad that we couldn't use Tingyun's ultimate, but maybe once he exits the state. I think this is where I fucked up originally, so I didn't go further than that. Clearly, I did not have enough skill points for, you know, to continue the rotation. 400,000 now with grit. Yeah. Because I need all of the charges. Okay, I want to hope I will still have grid. Yeah, I still have grid for the next skill I'm gonna use, and it's also gonna get copied. Okay, 2.4 million. 1.9, good, but I think at some point I did 3 in my previous team, if I'm not mistaken. He might die. I don't know, at some point some of them do a lot of damage to him. Probably because of Bronya. Yeah, see, oh my god, that was a lot of damage. Well, that was convenient because he was about to exit it anyway. But that's sad because he doesn't have that much. Oh no. Okay, so there is clearly an issue with skill points. I see it now. That sucks. Yeah, unfortunately he can't even re-enter his ultimate, I'm pretty sure. Wait, I thought when the enemy... Okay, well that was actually pretty bad. I think I messed something up, but that's the unfortunate part of this game. Like, a lot of stuff is kind of up for randomization. Sometimes, you know, how the enemies behave and everything. I still got 32,000 using Huohuo here instead of Tingyun. Maybe Huohuo is more beneficial on this team then, for real, because, I mean, by far, it's either sustainless team without Cerydra or a team with sustain and with Cerydra, which is interesting to me. I don't really know. I kind of expected her to outdo my score. I guess I'm willing to try again, but if I don't achieve a higher score, then I will just not include it in the video. Ooh, 4.2 million. I think that's the highest damage he's done. Okay, this is the closest to beating my score I probably got. This is the closest. It was like 34,000. That just goes to show a lot of stuff is up to a randomization. I just really did the same thing and I got the charges at the different timing. I don't even know what the fuck I did different. Not to mention Tingyun's randomization, her icons. That just goes to show that maybe she's not the most reliable. So maybe for just the one last attempt, I'm just gonna try Sparkle. Did I have Sparkle and 3 artifacts the whole time? Well then, Sparkle was not even using her whole power this whole time. Well, that sucks. Sorry about that. As I said, I am not the most attentive person if I did say that, but I am pretty sure, like I said, this is stainless team with Sparkle only, and Tingyun did this much. With Cerydra and Tingyun did like 33,000, so they were pretty close. We just need to determine if this one is good. So, I mean, I guess Sparkle honestly only lost, obviously, the speed, and she lost some crit damage. She was not on a full 4-piece set, so she definitely lost speed, a lot of speed without boots, but not much in her damage boost abilities, that's for sure, because she did not have a lot of crit damage to begin with, and as I said, she did not have a 4-piece set. At least the skill points are not an issue if you're using Sparkle. That's definitely nice. He's doing decent damage, but very close to what I already saw today, so it's really hard for me to determine anymore. I think I just have to see the score. This wave of enemies is such a pain in the ass to get through. I don't know why they're so tanky, and I don't know why they receive so little damage. It also sucks that right as he exits his ultimate, she only then gives him another 6 stacks, which means the skill that's gonna get copied is gonna be the one outside of his ultimate state next time he uses his skill, that is, and I need to use it, so I'm not liking that, but I guess that's just how it goes. It's definitely nice to have a double skill in his burst form, you know, but I'm gonna use it up now. I guess it's still good. And look at that, he's back to 2 charges again. Okay, that should kill them, at least. 4.3 million. I think it's also because he keeps consuming the performance points. He's at his peak damage when he does that. Yeah, 1.4 for a follow-up attack. That's pretty fucking good. We're fully buffed now. 5.1! Ooh, double. 3.7. We're getting close to that score, but will we actually beat it? I really doubt it. I mean, we're only 1000 away. He's still gonna do one follow-up attack and one skill before he leaves. It is so painfully close. It is a bit over, yeah, 35,000 now. That's crazy. We're honestly kind of close to coming back to his ultimate form. Oh my god, we are there. I'll just keep on going. You know, I just want Sparkle's ultimate. I just messed up though. I'm not getting her skill. I messed up, but it's okay. It's okay. If I didn't do Phainon's skill there and I did his normal attack, I'll be fine. We're nearly beating her. That is definitely the run. Double skill. Ooh, that is so good. 38,000. So okay, I would say that is a significant increase. That is a new record for sure. It is 4,000 over what we had before. That's crazy. Okay, so I'm back and that's definitely a new record. It's funny, it was exactly 66,000, I think. Even casters got more points even though I let it auto run. I mean, maybe auto playing or auto battling is actually better because I don't know how the fuck to play this game apparently. But here it is. I don't know how much better it would be if I let it auto battle both sides and if the randomization could be better. But I do know that my most comfortable team right now is probably Cerydra, Sparkle, and Sunday with Phainon. It just seems the most powerful, but also the most expensive, of course. But if you do need that sustain, you can still use Huohuo. But most of the times you really don't. I did notice though that, for example, fighting certain weekly bosses, you know, the one from Hyacinth's story, that one can wipe my team. Even Phainon. That thing does so much damage. It's very intentionally battle for someone who has a good healer on their team. So yeah, but other than that, typically you don't even need the sustain. Not to mention, I'm not gonna do it to you anymore, but there are other teams I'm sure you can use her with, like for example Anaxa. I will of course try it on my own and I'm curious to see, but she's definitely gonna fall under this category of supports for DPSs that need crit and attack. Maybe some 4 stars. Like I said, I don't really use them. I'm not sure about Archer because again, don't really use him even though I leveled him up. Yeah, I'm sure there will be more characters in the future as well, but for now, since I do own Phainon and I like him a lot and I want his best in slot team, it was my decision to pull her. And like I said, I really liked her design off the get-go. She's so pretty. Look at her. I am pretty satisfied with what I'm seeing right now and I don't even really know what I'm doing, so please feel free to tell me what I'm doing wrong and whether I'm doing anything wrong. But I mean, I'm sure I am because I must be misunderstanding her. I'm sure she has sick eidolons, by the way. Yeah, Def Ignore always sounds nice. I would say already great for an E1, and yeah, I'm not gonna review them, but I imagine she's pretty OP. I already like the rest pen and everything, but I did miss the part where it's only gonna be for her skill. That's what is holding her back, in my opinion, from being like insanely OP, I would say, considering she's already only for attack / crit damage carrying DPSs. So still, she's very awesome. I like her. I could definitely make her build better. Don't even get me started on that, but so far I'm satisfied with what I have, and that is like day 1 build. So I guess I'm just gonna stop there. Please do share, as always, in the comments whether you decided to go for her or not, whether you're skipping her maybe for someone else, or maybe you just don't give a fuck about her. That's fair. I understand. She's not the type for everyone. So as always, thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.